Welcome to College Checklist, your go-to guide of how you can shape your college experience. I'm your host, Shannon Boesch. Let's get into it. Today, I am joined by Dr. Jared Byrne, Director of the Center for Entrepreneurship at Arizona State University's W.P. Carey School of Business, where he runs Opportunity Nexus programs and the popular Founders Lab. Hello, Dr. Byrne. Thank you so much for joining me today.
Yes, thank you for having me.
To get started, could you tell us what the Center for Entrepreneurship is?
Yeah, we are a center hosted at the W.P. Carey School of Business that engages students around the topic of entrepreneurship.
Interesting. For those who are not aware, what does entrepreneurship mean?
Oh, that is a great question. And I think entrepreneurship means different things to different people. But really, at the core of it, it's a mindset. It's a skill set that you can develop around creating new solutions to different problems. Entrepreneurship can be used in the corporate world. It can be used individually through traditional kind of new businesses that are created. There's lots of different ways to engage with entrepreneurship, but really at its core, it's solving problems in new and innovative ways.
Awesome. Is there a reason why you think that entrepreneurship is so important for students to really harness and gain as a skill?
Yes. Now, I mean, I'm obviously biased. I work in the Center for Entrepreneurship, but I think that entrepreneurship plays a vital role, particularly when you're looking at the world the way it is. The world that we live in is not the same as it was 20, 30, 40, 50 years ago. And it's very, very difficult for students to get into an industry, to get a job, to start their own company that is all laid out in front of them. There's no one that can tell them, do these 5 things and you will be successful at the end of that. The economy is changing. A lot of the jobs that are going to be our biggest, most important jobs in the next 10 years aren't even created yet. And so I think that an entrepreneurial mindset, I think that the skill of entrepreneurship and being able to learn and to adapt and to solve problems and to find solutions, I think it's absolutely essential.
I agree. I think that's a great way to view entrepreneurship and its importance for students. And so moving on, what is your role right now at the Center for Entrepreneurship?
So I am the director of the Center for Entrepreneurship, and I am currently running the center out of the W.P. Carey School of Business.
Oh, great. How did you get involved with ASU and specifically the center?
Yeah, so I am an ASU student. So I actually was living up in Canada. I was running some programming. I worked with the U.S. Department of Commerce, and I was helping small and medium businesses expand internationally. And my wife and I decided that kind of the next step in our lives we thought was education and enhancing our education and our knowledge. So I came and I did my MBA here at ASU. And then when I graduated from my MBA, this was an opportunity that I applied to participate in.
That's great. It's so cool to have an ASU student really step up and encourage new ASU students to get into entrepreneurship and everything that kind of goes into that. Mm-hmm. So what resources does the Center for Entrepreneurship provide for students?
So that's a great question. And I think it provides a lot of different resources depending on the student, the type of student and where the student is coming from. So remember, we're housed in the W.P. Carey School of Business. So we focus on the business side of entrepreneurship and engaging with business. And so what we find is really, if I were to narrow it down, there's really 2 kind of ways that we engage with students. Number 1 would be business students. And so we can serve as a bridge between business students and opportunities at the whole ASU ecosystem. And so we can help them connect with different programs around ASU. We can find them founders and co-founders in other colleges. If they are missing skill sets or looking for skill sets for their team or looking for experiences, we can help business students kind of reach out and connect with the right people. The other type of students that reach out to W.P. Carey and to the Center for Entrepreneurship are students who do not have a business background. And so normally those type of students come in and they want to connect with business students. So they have an idea, they've got a concept, and they want some help with marketing. They want some help with branding. They want some help with strategy, finance, supply chain, whatever the case may be. And we run programs that help them to network, help them to connect with founders within the WP Carey School of Business. So really, we're a bridge between entrepreneurial engagement at WP Carey and entrepreneurial engagement at ASU. And people cross that bridge in different directions, but that's kind of what we do. And those are the programs that we run.
I see. And you basically answered my question for me, which is this center accessible for all students? It seems so. Even though it's more prominently for business students, you do give advice and help for all students who kind of want to have that participation with business students as well.
Yeah, for sure. And there's lots of different ways to engage, and we are accessible to everyone. And to be honest with you, we do have a lot of students who are not business students who want the business skill set. And so that's what WP Carey, that's our skill set. We're a business school. And so they come through the center and we help them connect with whether it be the courses, whether it be the students, whether it be the staff or the faculty, we help them make that connection and learn those skill sets as they're moving forward.
Great. I actually have a question for you. As someone who focuses a lot on business students, do you think that all students would actually benefit from learning at least the basics of business and marketing and how that kind of impacts and connects with entrepreneurship?
Remember here that I'm biased. I'm an MBA grad from the business school working for a business school. So
Of course.
I absolutely think it's valuable. But what I think is even more valuable is ensuring that you have somebody on your team who does know that, and you have those skill sets on your team. I don't think it's optimal to assume that one person can know everything, because there's a lot of skill sets at ASU that are really, really beneficial, whether it be creativity, design, engineering, product development, services. There's lots of different skill sets that are really valuable. I do believe that business is a very valuable skill set, and being able to make those connections. But people do it in different ways. We've seen some really, really, really successful teams who have one or two people who are the business focal point, or the business founders, that's their skill set. And then they work with engineering students and nonprofit students and design students and all sorts of students from around the university. And it's the collaborative of knowledge that is really, really important.
I think those are great points. I think that collaboration is a huge, important factor, especially for entrepreneurship, because if you are striving to change the world in some way or build incredible products that haven't been built before, it's good to think out of the box and have different viewpoints, and different areas of expertise.
Yeah, for sure.
So my next question would be for students who are interested in getting involved in the Center for Entrepreneurship, are there first steps that you would encourage them to take?
I think the first step is just reaching out. I think it's important to just connect. We're here. Now we hope we're here if you've never heard of us before, and just reach out. And we're happy to have those conversations and see where the best place is to connect.
Great. I would encourage all listeners, if they are thinking that they're interested in the Center for Entrepreneurship and think that it would be beneficial to them, to definitely sign up and look forward and just read more about it and see if it's the fit for you. And my last question would be, what is one piece of advice or encouragement you would give to those who are interested in joining?
This is a great question, and there's so much advice that you could give. I think for me, the most important thing, and the thing that's been most important and impactful in my journey, is to really do some introspection as well and understand who I am and what value I want to add. The Center for Entrepreneurship and ASU's ecosystem as a whole, I think, can be daunting to some people because there is so much going on. There are so many events and opportunities to engage, and the Center for Entrepreneurship is no different. We run lots of programs. We give lots of opportunities for students to participate. And if you try and participate in everything, it can become overwhelming. But the students that I've seen that seem to thrive are the ones who know what they want, or they're very specific about this is what I'm trying to get out of this experience. And then it's easier for them to find the experiences that match. It's easier for them to find the people to work with that match. And the more specific they are with themselves, the more beneficial it seems like the ecosystem becomes. So I think entrepreneurship is a great skill set, but I think it includes being very introspective as well as reaching out and understanding your audience.
I think that is fantastic advice. Thank you so much. And thank you for joining me today.
Well, thank you very much.
Once again, this is Shannon Boesch. Thank you for tuning in to College Checklist. If you enjoyed the show, please like and subscribe. Till next time.